Hello, my dearest souls. I am very happy to welcome you to this channel of spirituality, growth, and delving into the most complex but most satisfying truths of the universe and traveling this journey together. This is sort of an intro video for you to explain the idea of this whole channel and how I created it and who I am, basically. So my name is Eglė Norkienė. Very nice to meet you. I live in a beautiful corner of Lithuania, and all my life I was a spiritual seeker, and a lot of various experiences, searches, questions and answers led me to a realization that my life's purpose is to serve humanity in raising the vibrations of the planet, of every single soul that God wants me to meet or to touch with my creativity. So this channel, in my highest goal, is a channel for channeling, which means that now you will be witnessing a journey of mine, learning how to be a pure, loving, and devoted transmitter of the divine energy and truths in however forms they would love to come. Because all my life, all the creation, art, texts, music, paintings, everything was for the sake of spirituality, for this growth of consciousness, for this new wisdom coming into our whole levels of entity. And I felt that I need to come back, that I started doing a lot of beautiful things, but that the priority of them all should be spirituality. And the truth is that I am filming this video for the second time now. Because in the first one, I already wanted to approach you from that very high consciousness. And this created some sort of expectations and tension. And I was meditating and asking God again, what would you like to tell others through me? And then I got a message back that everything we share into this world, everything we transfer through us into actions or things or whatever we choose to create, it should come from a place of ease, relaxation, and fulfillment. So I really had to admit to myself that all this journey will be nothing without sincerity, and with these simple sharings with you, how I came to them, what brought me to those topics, how I felt, how I dealt with them, what maybe even struggles I had, and what tips I could share, not only as a soul to soul, but only as a human to human. So that's why I am refilming this video again and simply sharing everything as it is. Because how can we be a channel for the universe if we filter out what it sends to us? If we have all those, imagination, expectations, and we just reject something because we think that's not valuable, or maybe that we just wished for something else. So this whole journey can't really happen without trust and belief, which is also the first video of this channel about. I think it's very symbolical. It is the main axis, the trunk of the tree, which will grow all the branches, all the leaves, and all the blossoms that we will be able to enjoy. So in this video, I think I should also start from answering the first question. So what do I have in mind when I say channeling, and when I will mention very often times the subtle world? Because all my work, all my spiritual work is connected with this invisible world that I call the subtle world. And this is the realm beyond what we experience with our human senses. This is something what we recognize as intuition, soul, angels, spiritual teachers, spiritual guides, visions, all the things that are beyond. This is the subtle world. A crucial point when my understanding really started shifting a lot, and when all the subtle things that I was feeling from my very young days finally were able to be put into words, into very clear explanations, like differentiating the dimensions, the consciousnesses that we have within, the levels of vibrations and everything. It happened when I very randomly met a student of a Lithuanian spiritual teacher who is channeling the wisdom of ascended masters for more than 10 years. And she just told me a lot about her. And even the whole situation, how this teacher, emerged in my life was quite mystical, because I had to cross countries. I had to go to Sweden to a women retreat that I have held for the very first time in my life. And then I got, this new door opening, and then my life started changing a lot. So even this seems very symbolical for me when now I look back, sort of like a test that, I crossed some of my limitations, and then someone above decided that I'm ready. So I joined the teachings of that amazing woman, and the journey really shifted. What I was telling to myself in a very shy manner for many years, that I would love to work for God, that I would love to express the higher flow through me, I was basically thinking that, who am I to say these things? Who am I to be this channel, And even though I was feeling this very strongly, almost like shouting from within, and as if something was always missing, until I decided and I understood that no one will tell me that I'm ready. No one will tell me if I can do this or not. It's only a decision of myself, and of trusting my inner senses, of trusting that if I have this strong calling embedded in me, then it's not a coincidence, it's not a mistake, it's not a place to doubt. It's a place to trust. It's a moment to follow the guidance and the intuition. This is the first step to answer this call. So I am admitting this to myself now with boldness and commitment, that I'm a light worker. And with all my grace, with all my power, with all my light, I will try all my best to share the highest changing impulse and vibrations that I can to you and to all the environment. The only thing that God really wants from us is a yes, is a clear choice that we want to walk this path of light, and then we need to step only one step forward, and God will step 10 steps towards us. You don't need to plan all the journey. We sometimes even don't need to be attached to a goal, because it can adjust, it can change, or it can be a totally different thing that we thought. In this path of seeking light, 3 things are enough for you to be a great traveler that God is proud of. So first is love, then is trust, and then is action. God's will cannot be materialized or grounded into this earth if we don't do things. Only thinking, feeling, and planning is just half of the work. Don't forget to do things, to try things, even imperfectly, but in the process, everything will unfold itself. The same I can say for this channel of mine too. So thank you very much. I am very, very happy to talk with you now from my higher consciousness, from the deep levels within, with the trust and hope to reach yours. I wish you success, light, love, and see you in other videos.